think the biggest change in programs really over the past period of years is moving from a traditional fundraising mindset in which a corporation has some strategic pillars and they raise money for those causes that have a strategic connection to their business. And I think the biggest shift is that companies have opened up their programs more to provide more choice, more grassroots opportunities. When you combine employee engagement as a goal of your program, then you think about things a little bit differently.
We have a team of really young, energetic, and competitive people, and our workplace giving campaign was fairly traditional. Up until 2016, we held an annual United Way campaign. We had a small matching program that I would say was underpromoted, underutilized. With our old program, we were realizing that people weren't engaging as much, and a lot of them had their own nonprofits that they were already supporting and their own charity work that they were already involved in, and were focused on that rather than, following the company's strategic pillars. So a few problems with our matching program. Our process was very manual. We were using spreadsheets and paper forms, sending individual checks to different nonprofits. So we were looking for something that could automate that and cut down on the administrative work that we were doing. And then when it came to our fall giving campaign, we were restricted to one tool. So we were looking for something that was a little more user-friendly for our people, and that also offered more choices. The focus had to be on the employees. They're our biggest asset, and everything we do is because of them. So they are really empowered from our executives to build their book of business and run their sales teams as their own business. And so we wanted to have the same approach with their charity work. If their team was out volunteering or they were going to do a fundraiser for something, then we wanted our role to be a support role where we could make their work more impactful and give them the tools to make it really easy. We chose Benevity for a few different reasons. First is we were very impressed with the platform. It was very customizable, it was flexible, so we could fit it into a lot of the existing campaigns we already ran. A lot of the fundraising competitions we did, we could just transfer to the platform. So it didn't just replace our fall giving campaign, it replaced our matching program, it replaced tools we used to use for like company-wide competition. The other thing is, after talking to a lot of different companies that did things similar to Benevity, it was very clear that Benevity knew what they were doing. They were industry leaders and always pushing to be better. And that's kind of our philosophy as a company, is always pushing for what's next, being innovative, but also being a company of integrity. And we really saw those same values at Benevity. The largest change we made was during our fall giving campaign. We made it open choice, so people could give to any nonprofit they wanted to, and we would match. We featured our partner, the United Way, but we also gave that open choice we called Choose Your Charity. We saw a huge boost in participation and a boost in interest in the program and our charitable work. So we had 75% participation in the giving campaign. So we were thrilled with that. And then the stories we were able to capture from our employees, that's the invaluable part to us. So now we had such a good view of what our people were actually spending their time on and where they were giving their money. It has then led to me being able to build our programs in a more robust way that is driving engagement for our people. We were able to see that a lot of our people really cared about military and veterans, and that is one of our pillars as a company. So I was able to see, well, we're right on line there, which was great reassurance. But then we were able to build out other programs around that pillar because we knew that's one of the things that our people were really engaged in. So we started a month-long military month, we call it, where we focus internally and externally on supporting causes that support our veterans and military. So we're able to use all this data that we got from the fall giving campaign, because we had open choice, to now support our programs year-round and help build them out a little bit more. we heard this great story from one of our employees who had a child in the NICU who was born probably 8 or 10 weeks before the giving campaign. And because we had open choice during the campaign, he could then give to the children's hospital where his child had been staying for all of these weeks, and was truly moved that he could give and that we would match as a company. And so I think that went a huge way in just building employee morale, and we heard a lot of stories like that. What really helped us be successful with the shift was focusing on empowering our people and building community leaders rather than focusing on a particular cause or particular types of causes. So when we were able to talk to our people and really hear what it was that they cared about, that's gone much further for us as a company than trying to force involvement in things that we were initiating. So we kind of put the power back in their hands. And so I would say that's the first step to making sure you're really engaging people.
You know, we talk to clients all the time about how their social program, their CSR program impacts their employees. And the feedback loop is obviously more top of mind than ever. They're enabling and empowering their employees to actually create opportunities to drive the strategic direction of the program, so it's, you know, less top-down and more grassroots oriented. And the interesting thing is that ties very tightly to another theme we hear all the time, which is from the executive suite of companies that workplace culture is the intangible that they want to create and increase and enhance, because this culture is the tie that binds their workforce together.